Everybody see that video floating around? There's a video floating around of some guy, a Chinese guy. He looked Chinese, I don't know, maybe he was Japanese, whatever, Asian. You know, nothing against Asians, but it's kind of hard, you know, some of these guys, these Asian people try to tell if they're Chinese, Japanese, Korean, you know, they all look kind of the same, you know. Not to be offensive or anything, I'm just saying, you know. Just like Africans. You can't really tell what country they're from. They're all black. Yeah, how am I supposed to know a Kenyan from an Ethiopian? You know? You can't. You can't tell the difference. But anyway, the race doesn't matter. I don't care where you're from. That's not the issue. I'm open to all races and religions. You know, I don't discriminate. But anyway, there's a video floating around of a guy getting kicked off of United's flight on a flight from Chicago to Louisville. Think about this first. First off, let's think about this. Chicago to Louisville. You'd probably save more time and money just getting a rent-a-car from Chicago to Louisville. They're not that far apart. How far is Chicago from Louisville, Kentucky? Let me think here. 4 or 5 hours? You'd probably just save a lot of time. I'm not going to fly from Chicago to Louisville. I mean, maybe he had a connecting flight. That's one thing. But I'm saying if I'm flying from Chicago to Louisville, I'm probably just going to get a rent-a-car. I think the furthest I drove a rent-a-car, I picked up last Christmas. I picked up a rent-a-car in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and drove it to Kansas City, Missouri. Got a good price, too. I try to avoid flying as much as possible. You know, I don't want the TSA pedophiles, you know, groping me. But anyway, there's a video floating around of some guy getting kicked off a United flight because United overbooked their flight, which I think is fraud. I think they did it deliberately. I've had the same problem. Because they wanted to make room for 4 United employees. So they asked anybody want to voluntarily give up their seats for a later flight. Nobody stepped in. I probably would have voluntarily stepped in, depending on my schedule. They said they're going to give you an $800 voucher for another flight or something. I don't know, whatever. I'd tell them, hey, reimburse me for my flight. How about that? Or give me a discount. Whatever. And maybe I would have done it. But yet, if they kick you off the fucking plane, if they randomly, so nobody volunteered. So they randomly selected 4 people, including the Asian guy and his wife. Which, I don't know if they're going to give them a voucher if they randomly selected you. They should, at least, at the very minimum. But now, United's going to get fucking sued. I'm never flying United another day in my life if they're going to pull fucking shit like this. But I think I finally found a solution to the problem. Stop overbooking your flights, United. We're going to sell more seats than we have, which is fraud, by the way. As far as I'm concerned, that's a scam. And as far as I'm concerned, that's fraud. And I think that's illegal. I'm taking an overseas trip in the next few months. I'm not going to say when, but you'll know when the time comes. And I'm not flying United. I'm not going to say what airline. I don't want to post that info out here. There's certain things I just don't want to post on the internet. But anyway, I'm not taking United. I'll never take United. I took United once. In 2010, I think it was 2010. Maybe it was 2012. No. No, it was 2012. That's what it was. In 2012, I flew United. I took a flight from Phoenix to Flint, Michigan. I was attending a friend's wedding during the summer of 2012. And anyway, this was at Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix. I get to, checking in, and being that I was one of the last persons to book this flight online, they told me, well, you're working, or I'm just letting you know that your flight's been overbooked. I'm like, well, hold on a second. What do you mean overbooked? He's like, well, I'm just letting you know that we might have to find you another flight because we overbooked this flight. I'm like, what? Well, you're an overbook. I'm like, excuse me, what do you mean? You guys sold more seats than what the hell you have available? Well, yes. I think there's a reason they do this, because if somebody cancels, they want to make sure that they fill the seat. That's their fucking excuse. When reality is, it's a scam. United's not looking good right now. I'm never flying United again. United's got a major fucking lawsuit going to happen against them. Don't ever fly United. Well, anyway, I ended up getting my seat. They figured it out, and I told them they better figure it out. And they figured it out, and it's all good, and I got my seat, and no problem. So I had this problem, and it was United. 2012, I think it was. Yeah, 2012. I had this problem in 2012 with United. They like to overbook flights. So I've had this problem. So this isn't, some bullshit, some conspiracy, or what do they call it, fake news, hoax, or whatever. This is the real deal. Because I've had the same problem with United back in 2012. Told me it's an overbooked flight. They told me I might not get on this flight. I told them they better figure out something. So, because I had to get to, friend's wedding, whatever. But I'm going to spell it out. I hope that the Chinese guy, I hope he sues the fucking piss out of United. I hope he sues the fucking shit out of it. I'm going to be honest. They said they randomly selected 4 people. I don't know who the other 2 people were that were selected. But you see the video. The guy's getting dragged down the aisle. And allegedly he was bleeding. I didn't see any blood in the video. But allegedly the guy hit his face on a seat or something and bloodied himself. I don't know. But anyway, if this was a black man getting kicked off the damn flight, there'd be riots in the terminal. Not to be racist or anything. I'm just talking shit. But anyway, United, you're not looking good right now. Boycott United.